Live and in humongous color from west of the Rockies. It's Let's Make It Bacon with Ace. To another beautiful, beautiful video shot with millions of dollars of budget and just, award-winning cinematography, videography, filmography. Pretty much anything that has agree on it, I agree that it's the best. And no, for our video. So, I am pushing through the pain, ladies and gentlemen. It is rough go, pain-wise. My neck is, been giving me issues. It just really hasn't let up. It's just, it's an everyday thing. You just move forward. But because of that, I've been pretty lacking on putting out videos. I apologize for that. I'm going to try to, because I've been pushing through the pain to get some work done, but I need to push through the pain to not only get some work done, but to document the process so that I can share with you and so that you can, either make fun of me or give me kudos or say that I'm doing it wrong or, whatever. I just, it's all good in the neighborhood. As long as you're watching, I really don't care. Funny how YouTubers get caught up on, oh man, people don't like the video. So many negative comments. They're commenting. Who cares? Like, they're people. Whatever. You're never gonna probably even meet them. But the good ones, you definitely will meet more often because they're good. All right, enough yapping. Back to business. So the plumbing, other than testing the sink in the bathroom, only reason is it doesn't have a drain at the moment, is done. This is semi-temporary. This part is permanent, but the length of those exposed tubes is not. That's going to be adjusted and changed. They're going to be cut back to the back there, and then connected with two straight connectors. I just don't have the straight connectors on hand, or else I would have done that already. But did a 24-hour leak test. That's what I've actually got kind of rigged up right now. Look at that. It's just custom, hooked up to the hose. So it's not the highest pressure in the world, but, because it's like 150, like maybe 175, anywhere between 150 and 200 feet of garden hose, then connect to this. So the pressure is going to be reduced just because of that itself. But hey, you work with what you got, and that's what I've got. And it's as full pressure as I can make it muster. Runs the sink real nice, so I'll tell you that for sure. Runs the sink real nice. But yeah, so this is going to be the connection point. Not necessarily this. The reason I made this hose as long as it is because that's going to be cut. There's going to be a 1/2 inch to 3/4 fitting that's put in there. And then from this, because I was originally going to do hose to the spigot that I will be creating on the property. I got to get under the house at the ranch. It's going to be so exciting that it's a nightmare, because it's a nightmare. And you'll be along with me for that. You're something to look forward to in the next month or so. But the hose that is going to go from the RV to the house that will be supplying the water is going to be 3/4. I already have that. It's a PEX. So the reason that I'm doing that is because this kind of hose has issues to where it'll expand and contract, and there's a lot of, they're ribbed, I guess you could say. There's imperfections on the inside which reduce the flow. Even though it's larger, this is a 3/4. Even though it's larger, it reduces the flow and the pressure over distance. And so to eliminate that, I've got some PEX that is, as I said, I believe it's 3/4 inch. So, it's not 1 inch, holy crap, massive big stuff, or 1.5, because actually I do have some of that. It is currently buried though, so getting it out is going to require me to do some digging with a backhoe to recover that. It's one of those things that when I rent a backhoe, that'll be one of the projects, is taking that out of the ground so that I can use it at another location, because I've changed my plan since 2014. Crazy enough, it's amazing. But so yeah, it's going to be going 3/4 to the house. I don't, to be honest, 3/4 fitting into this, I'm not ultra confident, and that's one of the things I'll do today, is grab the 3/4 hose, but I don't think this is big enough, because there's just not, even with half, probably won't even have to grab the hose. I can probably just see here, yeah, even with half inch, there's just not a whole lot of space, and trying to feed on these onto a 3/4 might be difficult, or nearly impossible, so I might not be able to use the small size pool noodles to do the insulation for the 3/4 to the house. However, at within this west of the Rockies area, we have something called Albertsons. It's a store. I did see that they had pool noodles for, instead of $1 a piece, they were $2 a piece, but they were the jumbo, big guys. So it's possible that tomorrow, not feeling well enough today, but tomorrow I might take a drive to all the Albertsons within this part of the state and pick up every 3/4 pool noodle that they have, to be able to insulate the pipe, the 3/4 pipe, from the motorhome to the house. I'm gonna go check and see first, because if I can use this, I'd like to, but extra insulation isn't a bad thing. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with that. I got I had to take off. I got it connected it all wrong underneath, because I've got it. It is fed and it is insulated all underneath. You can see that's up to the, I guess, to the bathroom. Yeah, bathroom sink right there. But not insulated there. But I'm gonna throw some filler foam down through there, so that's going to be insulated too. All the holes will be filled with filler foam today or tomorrow, most likely. But yeah, so you got that insulated, and then this is to the kitchen sink, and those pipes are insulated individually, and so yeah, so that should take care of it. It's not going to make it so it's freeze proof or anything of that nature, but it's going to be more freeze resistant. The sides of the RV also, just for context, so are going to be, they're going to have a foam filler board. I'm having a great day. Extruded closed cell foam board, 2-inch, 4 feet tall, 8 feet long, are going to be on the sides of the RV, and so that's going to be providing insulation as a skirting around the RV to 4 feet up. So in addition to the foam that they have, that will provide additional insulation to that level, or at least as close to it as I possibly can. I already have those boards. I bought them from the Habitat for Humanity Restore for $7 a piece. $7. Amazing. Why is that amazing? Because they were, I don't know what they are now. I'd try to even look. but they were 37 bucks a piece when I bought them from Home Depot. So, and that provides an it's either R10 or R12. So, you know, same as a home kind of deal. And then it's a decent possibility that I'll also buy some straw bales to put down at their footing, or I'll double stack, double stack all the way down, and then just have, we'll have the foamers, the foam coming out for the water, and that'll be as insulated as I possibly can make it. Hell, I might even, to be honest, might even throw straw bales over the route to the house itself. Just like put them on top of the pipe. Maybe put the pipe on filler foam, so not losing heat to the ground. But I might just put straw bales over the top because they provide a decent amount of insulation. Even wet, they don't do too bad that way. If I really wanted to go crazy, I could always put plastic over them. But that's the plan as far as that is concerned. So we'll have the water. And then I won't be using the black tank in this. I'm going to use the good old bucket method. Good old bucket and cedar shavings. It will not be in the RV. That's why I've got, see, that's the thing. At the ranch, I've got outbuildings and other buildings that, I'm not going to be living in that I can use. And, if it stinks at all, well, it's not going to stink up the RV because it's going to be there. But the black tank's still there available. So if I have company come over and they need to use the restroom, well, I won't make them use the bucket. Gosh dang it. Sorry, that's funny to me. Probably not funny to other people, but it's like, oh, I need to use the restroom. You got this jug, or do you need to use the bucket? Right. So, but I will have the gray water coming a hoot of the recreational vehicle here out of the RV, and that will also most likely be covered with straw bales in order to provide an insulative value so that the line doesn't freeze and back up my sink for washing dishes and my shower. And yeah, so, but it's all good in the neighborhood. I'm excited, tentatively excited. I got a good amount of stuff done in the RV. Got the first round of caulking, silicone caulking done for the shower. So that's done. Why do I have a tarp there? Because I wanted to see if I could use the tarp to cover the windshield to make it so that even less light went through, or less UV energy. Obviously, you see that worked very well. Not at all. So I got to take that off. But I still got to finish off the roof, cut all that jazz off, and then put some tape over it. Man, I got grasshoppers like it's going out of style. Crazy. Okay, and then I need to trim all of this. I need to silicone this joint here, and depending on how it ends up, I've got little drip finguses that go out that I'll attach somewhere wherever the water goes to ensure that it escapes the motorhome. Won't really have to worry about that too much in the winter, but you do have thaw, so boy, other than that, not a whole hell of a lot, to be honest. Let me show you the inside. You probably gave some kind of view from the inside. Still, it's full, it's a construction zone, so deal with it. It's not going to look like this forever. It's just temporary. But as I said before, got the sink in. Painting is pretty much done. The only painting that I've got left is up here, is some white on the walls. That'll pretty much be it other than that, but backsplash is looking good. However, I am waiting for some black silicone to do two things. One, to fill in the gaps. You can see the white down there, to fill in that. And also, I knew this from my previous time of using this material. So this stuff has got adhesive on it. It's not super awesome. So as you can see, it's delaminated from the wall. It's done that here. It's done that here. So I just throw some silicone on it, push it back in, you know, prop something against it, and that'll be good to go. It's just, this is flooring. It's not made for a wall, so the adhesive isn't, you know, hell, the adhesive is barely good enough for the floor. so this isn't a surprise, but it got all the fitment done to where I can just, you know, put some black silicone behind there, and it's a work complete, real nice and easy. The sink is installed as I showed you before. I did try it out, and the bottom here is color changing. It was blue at first when I first started rolling it, and then after a minute it turned green, so I don't know if that's a temperature changing LED, but no batteries or anything of that nature. It's completely powered by the movement of the water. Is that required? Is it important? No, it's just neat. Have something that's neat. Thermostat installed here, good to go. As I've said before, this thermostat is not going to be actually used pretty much at all. This is a worst case scenario solution. This is to ensure that, because I'm going to be powering with, let me back up here, powering with electric heat through these fine gentlemen right here, or ladies, I don't know, but you know, the Toshiba units with the heat pump, but then up front here, up yonder, I will also have, probably right where that blue Yeti is, will be a propane heater that will provide so primary heat for as long as I possibly can, depending on, you know, how much the sun shines, so on and so forth, etc., etc., etc. Secondary is going to be the propane heater, 30,000 BTU propane. I guess it would be infrared, it's not infrared. Heater that heats up the items in the room and not the air in the room. So whatever kind of heat that is, I forgot what it's called, but I will have that most likely there. Depending on the orientation of how I orient the motorhome, whether I do it, you know, north to south or east to west. If I'm doing north to south, I might try an experiment just for kicks and shittles to put some some extruded foam board, closed cell on the front with and have it black, and see how much heat I can create with just using black in the windows, using you know, turning the front into a greenhouse. I would like to do that if at all possible, but there, you know, limitations may apply. See store for details, kind of thing. We'll see if that actually transpires or not, see if that's viable. But I know from previous experience, I've done this with an internal window in a home, and it was effective at slightly bringing up the temperature. It's free heat. It's free. I already have the materials. There's nothing new. The only thing that I'd be paying for is some black spray paint. But it'll be an interesting experiment to see what kind of temperatures I can get out of using the front windows as a greenhouse. And I might also do that with this window here. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what transpires, what happens. But the front windows, I'd like to do that. If I can do the north-south orientation where I can turn that into a greenhouse and have that be a productive member of our society here as far as producing heat while still insulating, because that'll be, you know, there'll be foam board, but it'll have essentially vents that come out the top, and the vents on the top will have or the vent on the bottom. top and bottom, maybe both. Yeah, I think one's internal, one's external, to where when it cools down, the paper or linen or whatever closes over the vents so that it's not pulling heat out, but when it gets hot, it will let heat in. So essentially one-way air valves. And as I said, I did that previously. I was able to get 120 degree temperatures coming out of a window. You know, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of air movement because there's no fan or anything of that nature. And you can put in fans if you want, but this is just natural convection. And I'm very interested to see how well it will do. So there's that. Next. Stop waffling. All right. Same thing. Bunch of crap still back here. Blah, blah, blah. But paint is done. I've got my wolf throw that I will be pinning once again to the back. So that's not going to look like that. That's going to be wolf style. Why? Because I said so. And then the heater, AC unit heater, will be over here. I haven't determined the end result orientation of how I'm doing this yet. Yet to be determined. That's okay. But that will be the exit for that gas, dust, whatever it is, will be going out this window. And then I will either extruded polystyrene foam, closed cell over the top where it's not, or I'll do the same thing as I've done on these other windows here and do some space blanket kind of thing to keep in the heat. That is the goal, because windows leak like a son of a dish. So I'm just trying to make it to where the solar can actually keep this thing heated. This is all one big experiment. One big experiment. Let me repeat that one more time. One big experiment. Okay. Got to get the door back on here. Got to get the door back on here. Once that's done, good to go. What is missing out of this? The drain. Ordered a drain, and it had an overflow. Sons of dishes. Didn't look close enough. Had an overflow. Will not work. So I got a drain coming. Should be here tomorrow with no overflow. Then this beauty, Bonnie and a Lass. Bought it for $5. Took some vinegar to it, let it soak, removed all the lime, restored it. $5, and it was a $75 or $85 fixture at Home Depot. Brand new. I got the new accoutrement for the shower head, hose container thingus, and the new guy installed for this. Good to go. Checking the cash. There's work that needs to be done. This is the only one, because this is the most internal hoses, the entire thing. There's really not a lot of space to put the foam on them. I might put it on the bottom, but I'm going to filler foam around that. So I might just put the pool noodle filler. Yeah, put the pool noodles on the bottom, just for some extra there. But this is internal. This isn't on the wall. So I'm not as worried about this one. Get the door back on that. And then, so I'm just giving you a thing. Caulked dips in the corners. Gosh, I don't understand why the corners need to be up. So the water goes from the corner in. It doesn't pool in the corner. Right now, it pools in the corner. Who thought of this crap? So, most likely I'll be taking some white silicone that I've got for the roof, because it's more of a liquid, like a liquid. And I will pour it into the corners to create a more solid corner, at least maybe a flatter surface. Maybe it won't do anything. Maybe it won't do jack. I don't know. Haven't decided on that yet. To be continued, to be determined. Then, this is another stupid thing. I'm just like, why would you not do this? I'm going to install some kind of little drip edge thing here that stops water from flowing over the side of this and contains it where it's supposed to be, right there. Filler foam right there, as I said before. So you got that. Water heater. Sometimes when things are a good deal, ladies and gentlemen, you just got to jump on it and just do it. I didn't. And I'm paying for that. Paying $100 for that, actually, because I had the ability to get an electric water heater for $150. Guess what? I paid $269 because I waited, and the used one that was available from Amazon Warehouse is gone, and the only other one available is like $230, and I'd rather just get a new one for that price. So, difference. So do that. There's not enough space for the top board to go over this to where it's able to be insulated like I want. I'm not sure what I want to do with that. I'd like to insulate it more. I might just, to be honest, throw some fiberglass over it just for kicks and giggles once I have it plumbed in. But I got the electric water heater. That's going to be sitting right here next to it. And then it will be to where I can shut off, you know, either one. To choose my destiny, choose my adventure for water and you know, how I want to heat it via propane or via the electric one that's going to be there. I need to get that. That's one of the things I'll be crawling under the RV again to wire, put some wires up through so that I can power the electric water heater. Same thing. I'm just trying to take full advantage as I possibly can of the solar that I will be bringing in. And so I'm, you know, doing as many electric options as possible. But I will probably be getting a 250 to 500 gallon propane tank. It's a good possibility I'll lease one, or if I get the gumption and get the backhoe rented, or am able to borrow one from one of the local gents, then I will move the existing propane, which I think is 500 gallon, back over to where the RV is and have it filled. I probably should just do that. Keep it simple. Own it kind of thing. And then, yeah, so that's the dealio, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Pretty simple, basic, to the point. But that's where I am on everything as of this point in time. Got the handle installed, put it in the polisher thing. Didn't get this black part, but to the point, I just don't care. So yeah, on to the next. Much love, hugs, and you know, banana bread, and goodbye.